1, 2, 3, 4.
Chant down Babylon kingdom, team make we chant down Vatican now. Dangling bling chant down Babylon kingdom, team make we chant down Vatican now. Chant down Babylon kingdom, team make we chant down Vatican now. Dangling bling chant down Babylon kingdom, team make we chant down Vatican now.
What up, y'all? Babylon 5 Podcast. It's your boy, Jermaine Event. How are you guys doing? This is episode 197. The 197th consecutive week of a nigga talking to himself in here. And I just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers, dude. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to you guys. I think a smart nigga would shout out those names individually, but I am not a smart nigga. I'm an exceptional nigga, not necessarily a smart nigga. But thank you guys. Welcome, all my new subscribers. Some hype shit, pretty hype. I was pretty naive, ladies and gentlemen. I was pretty naive to this whole content shit. I kind of figured for the last damn near 4 years that if I build it, they will come. Which is, I mean, I built it. It's here, and now they're coming. But you gotta spend money to make money, essentially. Like you pay for like Google ads. It's fucking payola as far as. I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but it sounds similar. It's like in the music industry, payola it's what they call it if you pay a radio station or DJ or whatever to play someone's song. Payola, which was made illegal, wink wink. It was made illegal, but the record company owns the record label. Alright? You're already paying the DJ. The record company owns the record label, owns the media company, owns the narrative, and so on and so forth. So with payola, my thing here, right? Like as we were doing like higher education records and doing that shit, doing like Feeling So Fly Like a Cheesehead and shit, like, and that shit had like millions of motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Millions of views on that shit. And like 5 million views. And we weren't aware at that time. This is before it was like common knowledge that niggas can buy views. I'm not saying I bought views. This is what I'm saying here. I was always pretty much cautious about Google ads because to me it was like, nigga, are you paying for views? And it's like essentially like you kind of are, but they're not guaranteed. You're getting these analytics to see where your shit's hidden, where people are actually viewing it. And this is where I say it's almost payola because owns the company that owns the company that owns the company. I figured if I just put this shit out and tag it right, put the right keywords in there, then eventually the people who are looking for these kinds of things would organically find them. And then I was like, let me just test out some Google ads. And 2 weeks ago, that episode is over. It's over like 5,000 views. Niggas was subscribing, saying all kinds of positive shit, and I was like, what the fuck? Just today, I had like two new subscribers like an hour ago, maybe less. And I was like, fuck, dude, I'm not even putting that much into these Google ads. I was like, let me just put like $10 in an ad for 7 days and see how the shit works. And it's like, nigga, when I say it's almost like payola, it's because niggas will legit not see your videos. They won't see this shit, even if like they're the kind of motherfuckers that want to see this shit. Clearly they should. If you don't scratch their back, they're not gonna scratch your fucking back. So I was cautious before. I was cautious. ladies and gentlemen. But I see, like, shout out to all the new subscribers and all the new subscribers to come. We're on the grind, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 197. Your boy is here. Jermaine event. We are talking about UFC Fight Night. I'm not sure where these niggas is at. Probably should. It's probably Vegas. Yep, in Apex. UFC Fight Night Vegas 74, as I will be calling it on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. UFC Vegas Fight Night Vegas 74. Kai Kara-France versus Amir Albazi. I would say this isn't the flashiest card. Casuals will probably not check for this card at all. If you want to know if there's some meat to this card, listen to your boy. We're gonna talk a little bit about UFC Fight Night Vegas 74. Kai Kara-France versus Amir Albazi. We're here to talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. There's some meat on those bones, and we're here to talk about it. I'm going to talk to you guys about Mcgregor forever, and just how I feel about the whole thing, how I feel about Conor. It's a light week. It's a light week, ladies and gentlemen. We didn't have no fights this weekend, or I guess early in the ass crack of morning. Cause I start work at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm checking my phone, and it's like I'm getting notifications like, let's get ready for the Road to UFC episode 2. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? I'm seeing it's like in China, they're just like these random, like, ooh, the step-in elbow knockout was crazy. I don't know the nigga that did it, but it's a Chinese nigga that not stepped in knockout this one nigga, and check it out. All right, if you're not on, I see most of my highlights on Bleacher Report. I follow MMA on Bleacher Report, and I see a lot of shit on there. I see too much shit on there. Shit I'm not even subscribed to. They'll just send me these highlights. It's like, nigga, I'm specifically trying not to see this shit. I don't know who Jalen Hurts is, but you keep sending me a picture of this guy or a meme. I don't even know who that is. But you keep sending it to my phone. All right? You keep sending it. I'm babbling. This is episode 187, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. We're grinding. We're going to talk about Conor. We're going to talk about Mcgregor forever. It's a light week. If you guys want to follow this podcast on Instagram and Twitter, it's at BabbleOn5Pod. You guys can email this podcast at BabbleOn5Podcast@gmail.com. If you guys want to hit that like button anywhere that you're listening to this podcast, I appreciate that so much. But while you're at it, head on over to YouTube. If you're not already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, do the whole thing wherever you're listening. And if it's not YouTube, head on over to YouTube and make it a point to hit that like button on the YouTube video. If you guys are on Twitch, go ahead and add your boy at twitch.tv/Babylon5. If you guys want to cop some merchandise, head on over to teespring.com/stores/BOF-pod-shop. And lastly, don't just be my Niji, be my patrons. Head on over to patreon.com/Babylon5Pod. And you can be my fucking patron today. You can be my patron. As I was watching last week's episode, and you know how this camera, if you guys are watching the video, is just all over the place. I feel like it's the old Batman TV show with the bam, like with my movements and how it goes in and zooms in if I'm doing things. Like, it's so fucking cool to me. It reminds me of like Batman, the old school TV show. Wham, zam, boom. Hell yeah! I saw this white nigga, this old white nigga. I was walking down the street the other day, and he had a T-shirt with the old Batman t-shirt, TV show shit on there. I thought it was pretty dope. But I don't be talking to strangers, so I ain't giving that compliment. But if you out here and you somehow come across this video, just know you was fresh, my guy. You was fresh. Yeah, he was pretty fresh. So UFC Vegas fight night. Cara France versus Amir Albazi, ladies and gentlemen. Amir Albazi, I believe my boy's out of Iran, if I'm not mistaken. I fucked up, ladies and gentlemen. I somehow I made this fucking webpage big as fuck. It's like full screen mode, and now I can't see anything other than the webpage, and I'm less confident in my abilities as a creator. Now he's out of Iraq. Bagpipes from Baghdad. He's from Baghdad. And I fucks with the song Bagpipes from Baghdad. In the bed with two brain dead lesbian vegetables. I bet you they become heterosexual. Nah, so when I go back and listen to that Eminem album, I don't even remember which one it was. Relapse, maybe? I believe it was Relapse. I used to defend it super hard. And as I've matured, it's low-key hard to listen to. And I used to be like, why did M hate on this album so much? Like, he should be proud of his shit. I fucks with this. And there's like a few tracks that it's like him really killing shit. But like, that shit's fucking weird. It's trash. Like, a lot of it's trash and just weird. I don't know. It's fucking weird. But we got Cara France, ladies and gentlemen, versus Amir Albazi, the Prince of Iraq, bringing them bagpipes from Baghdad. Now, I'm looking at Tapology, and the favorite on Tapology, 54% Tapology is going with Cara France. I feel like this is why I usually reference Tapology. If you guys are like, why does this nigga always talk about this website? I feel like if you the type of nigga that sets up an account on Tapology to talk about fights, you probably watch a lot of fights. You know what I'm saying? If you care enough to set up and talk on these blogs. I don't have an account, and I care, and I be thinking about having an account, but I know I'd never fucking go on there and talk to niggas via blogs. I'm right here talking to niggas, so I'm not finna go on no fucking forum at this point in my life. Shout out to all the forums I used to be on back in high school. Y'all my niggas. But I feel like if niggas here on Tapology usually have a little bit more, they're paying a little bit more attention. And as I was looking into this fight, I'm like, it's kind of 50-50. You got Amir Albazi 16-1. It's kind of 50-50. All right, but I think Cara France is better than everybody that Albazi has fought. This is the best fighter that Albazi has fought, and I just rewatched what I felt like would be the most important fight for me to watch in preparation for Cara France versus Amir Albazi. I watched Cara France versus Askar Askarov, and how Askar Askarov was able to work in his grappling in the first round, but then after that, Cara France just shut that shit the fuck down and was really getting the hands going. It was really fucking Askar up. And I feel like this fight could go similar. Alright? I feel like this fight could go similar. Albazi 29, Cara France 30, just turned 30. These guys are basically the same age. Basically the same height. Albazi has a inch reach, well, yeah, inch and a half reach advantage. Yeah. Unless I'm crazy. Yeah, inch and a half. Because it says Kai has 6.5. It just threw me off. I'm slow. Albazi is the favorite here. He's the betting favorite, which I would say if you're in a state where you can do this shit, I say put your money down on my boy Kai France right now. And Albazi's training on the PI. That's interesting. Or he's at least training in Las Vegas. This is a good fight. All right, this is going to be a very entertaining fight. 5 rounds. If you guys don't think this is going to be a banger, go back and watch Kai versus grapple heavy Askar Askarov and see just how exciting that fight was. This is going to be 5 rounds. I don't know if this fight goes the distance. I think this is going to be a pretty exciting fight, ladies and gentlemen. But don't just take my word from it for it. Watch the goddamn fight. Jesus, what's going on here? I can't. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's how I get out of there. Oh, I was starting to freak out because it wouldn't pop up with my dock. So I was like, fuck, I can't get back to OBS. I can't get back. But this is going to be an interesting fight. Kai France, Amir Albazi. I'm going to roll with Kai France. I think this is the best. I mean, Albazi could definitely win. But we've definitely seen the grapple defense, the wrestling defense from Kai France is definitely up to par with what I believe we're going to see from Albazi. So I'm going to roll with Kai France in this one. You best believe that one. And another fight that I'm really interested into in this card, man. There's some good fights in this card. I'm not going to talk about all of them. This might be a pretty short episode, ladies and gentlemen. We got Alex Caceres is fighting Daniel Pineda. All right, that's an interesting fight. Jim Miller's in there. They got the veteran Jim Miller taking on Jared Gordon. Wait, did that fight? Wait, hold on a second. I thought that fight happened already. Am I crazy? Nah, okay. So it's just like Jared Gordon was in the no contest with Bobby Green. Damn, I could have. Why do I feel like this fight just happened? I don't know why I feel that way. That's crazy to me. Interesting. And I'm not seeing any fights that were canceled. Wait, no, let me go back. I'm real interested. Jim Miller was supposed to fight Ludovic Klein. He would have beat the shit out of. I have no confidence in Ludovic Klein. Though he started to look a little bit better in his last fight. His first fight, I thought he was a monster. Then after that, he looked pretty fucking normal. Pretty average. We were supposed to get Jack Hermanson versus Brendan Allen on this card. David Onama was supposed to fight Hussein Askaba. Dude, that sounds like a bad idea. That guy lost to Jamal Emmers. Yeah, that's when old boy Sadiq Yusuf was like, I'd be a fool to think that if Jamal with an extra H didn't just do just did the damn thing, and I'd be a fool to think Jamal with an extra L isn't about to do the damn thing. And I was like, yo, he's crazy for saying that. And then he was 1,000% right. And it was like he gave that fucking Russian guy his first loss. He didn't look that good as I remember. As I remember. Some of those monster Russians, those undefeated monster Russians are coming in here. Oh, fear alone, it'll get you there. Nobody wants to fight those Russian wrestlers, but Jim Miller, Jared Gordon, not gonna talk about that. Tim Elliott, Victor Altamirano. It's gonna be a scrappy fight. Tim Elliott's very fucking scrappy. He's in there to win. I was pretty upset watching him cheat pretty bad in is the card, I believe, that was Jorge Masvidal versus Colby Covington. I believe he fought on that card, and he was cheating his ass off. And afterwards, he was like, I'm in there to win, all right? If the ref doesn't stop me, then that's not my fault. I'm in there to win. And I was like, okay, I kind of see where you're coming from. Like, as long as you own it, don't come out there like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not cheating. But, like, yeah, he was like, yeah, I'm in there to win. I was like, all right, that's cool. That's cool. He's not the coolest nigga, but that dude, Kellen Winslow, it just reminds me of some shit like that. Sick dude. But what was he he like hurt a player or some shit and was like, he's being real aggressive towards somebody after a play in college or some shit like that, and they wanted him to apologize, if you guys don't know. And he was apparently like, he was like, we all know what happened, and they brought me here to apologize, but I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. And he's like, you know why? And he starts pointing people out like, you love that shit. You love that shit. You love that shit. I know you love this shit. And it's like, fuck, dog. Well, once you own up to it like that, I fucking love that shit. I love that shit. So yeah, that's the vibes I got from Tim Elliott. But that's gonna be a scrappy fight against Victor Altamirano, dude. Like, it's gonna be a scrappy fight. I'm telling you guys. Corinne Silva versus Ketlin Souza. I'm not too familiar with Ketlin Souza. Don't believe I've seen. Yeah, this is her UFC debut. UFC debut for Ketlin Souza. And the fight that we are going to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, just slightly, not even pretty much more than I just talked about these other fights. Guram Kutateladze versus Jamie Mullarkey is going to be, to me, that's the fight I'm most looking forward to seeing outside of the headliner. Definitely Kutateladze versus Mullarkey. I'm a big Kutateladze fan. I think he got a bad shake against Ismagulov. Kutateladze, he's good. He's good, man. I think he's gonna win this fight. All right, that would be my pick. Is Guram Kutateladze when I look at this fight, but Jamie Mullarkey's fucking good. He's scrappy, and he could definitely pull it off. I think this is 50-50. But I think my head tells me go with Guram, but like my head, since I watch all these fights, is definitely telling me Mullarkey is no fucking pushover here. I think the odds are weird. Let me see these odds if I remember correctly. Yeah, he's a plus 240 underdog, Mullarkey. That's a huge underdog. He's probably like the biggest dog on this card. He's probably the biggest dog on this card. Which I'm telling you, man, if you watch all the fights, you're gonna be like, that's fucking ridiculous. Because Jamie Mullarkey is a dog. Jamie Mullarkey is a dog in there. So I think he's probably, as I'm going through all of them, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to see who's the biggest, if anyone, is a bigger dog than this man. And it's crazy. Bet the house. Bet the fucking house, ladies and gentlemen. Put your money on Jamie Mullarkey. If anything, that fight's 50-50. And if anything, Guram is the favorite because he has a bigger name. That's it. Bet the house. If you're in a state that allows it. If you're not, put that nigga in your DraftKings roster. As I will. I'll put that nigga in my DraftKings roster. but I might do 2. I like to... never mind. Nope. Jim Miller is plus 200 underdog versus Jared Gordon. Yeah, he's the biggest dog. Jamie Malarkey is the biggest dog, and I say without good reason. Without good reason. He's taller, he's got the longer reach. He's on a win streak. Kutaladze is not. I mean, he lost his most recent loss was in 2022 back in March versus Jalen Turner, which Turner's good. He's really good. If you don't believe Jalen Turner's good, I don't know what you're watching. He's good. All right. I don't agree with this this underdog situation here. This is the fight right here, ladies and gentlemen. I think this could be fight of the night. Garam Kutaladze versus Jamie Malarkey, dude. When it happens, I want you guys to come back here and be like, oh, that nigga knew what the fuck he was talking about. He damn straight. I knew what I was talking about. That's gonna be fight of the night right there. If not, Kai Kara France versus Amir Albazi, because I believe that's going to be majority stand-up fight for 5 rounds. If that fight makes it to 5 rounds. If. Who knows? I have no chapstick. So I'm here with these crusty-ass lips. Conor McGregor. New documentary, new Netflix documentary, McGregor Forever. It was an interesting watch. I watched it as a 4-part docu-series. It's interesting. Just to see like behind the scenes Conor, you know what I'm saying? You usually see the bravado, all the shit he puts out there, the character, the notorious. And then to see like who he is behind the scenes, how he does train so hard, how he is like, he's trying to put on the work, he's trying to stay active. And you see the UFC just like shutting that shit down. And when he retired for real. He was just working for no reason. He's trying to stay active. You got people like Poirier, all these people during the pandemic who were able to fight, keep going, stay active. That was all Conor was asking. And he proved. He kept trying to fight Diego Sanchez in Dublin. But Dana White said they should take his promoter license away if he booked that fight. It's ridiculous. But he was trying to stay active. Very frustrated. I think it was just what was really unfortunate for me was to see like the change from the first fight to the second fight in how Conor and Dustin were talking to each other. In the second fight, we had elder statesman Conor. All right, there was one point in that press conference where they asked Dustin about oh, what do you think about Conor now that he's like had all this success? He's got his own whiskey and yada yada yada. And Dustin looks so nervous, and he responds to the question. He's like, "Yeah, I'm happy for him. You know, have success. Like I don't have a liquor, but blah blah blah." And like then Conor goes, he was like, "But you have your he's like, you have your hot sauce, Dustin, and I would love to have some." Like he promos the fucking hot sauce, all right? Conor steps in. He was elder statesman Conor. Right in that picture, he's holding up fucking Dustin sauce. It's like, oh my god. And then I'm watching the video. They're showing the video of the weigh-ins. You got Dustin and Jolie Poirier like walking, and Conor's like, "Good job, Dustin." And he's like, "You too, man." And I'm like, dude, we'll never get that moment again. It's like when I look at those old pictures of Khabib and Conor together, taking a picture together, you see the tweets, they're talking about training together back in the day. We'll never get those moments back. It'll never be the same, man. It was interesting to see Conor with the mask off, but when it ended, I was like, damn, I don't know what I thought I was gonna see in here. Like, the nigga just broke his leg, and it ends with him basically breaking his fucking ankle or whatever, breaking his leg, and then, like, talking about, like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get back, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's how I felt at the end of it. As a nigga who watches this shit weekly and keeps up with it weekly, talks about this shit weekly, I was like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. Other than the background shit, other than Conor and his whole team, like, basically crying in the background, like, watching them announce Khabib and Still, like, that was like a shock to me, because all you see is the bravado. You see Conor tweeting the nonsense. So, like, it was interesting to see the mask come off and the injuries he was dealing with and the pressures, like, that he's clearly dealing with. Like, he needed that bounce back win versus Cerrone. He was trying to stay active because he knew it was gonna lead to failure if he was not continuously fighting. And he's breaking bones, he's doing all this bullshit because he can't fight. I felt bad for him, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, it's like, does he need to fight? I don't know if he needs to fight anymore. He's done it. But if he drops some Mcgregor's and Still, like the next documentary, whatever the fuck it's called, your boy's gonna watch it. Because I fucks with Conor McGregor. It's a big part of the reason why your boy is here, right here today. So yeah, we're gonna get the fuck up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for being here another week. Yep, sure. As I said, it was a slow week, you know. I was trying to see, like, was there news? I learned how to fucking... I didn't know you could, at the time, go to Twitter and, like, put in certain words, certain phrases, and then no more of that shit pops up. So I put in all the little Dana White's, like, side projects, all of that shit in there, and it was like, damn, my timeline cleaned the fuck up, didn't it? It cleaned the fuck up instantly. I was happy. I ain't gonna see none of that no more. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm learning. I'm trying to figure out this OBS shit, because I was like, I mean, I don't like the way the quality of this video looks right now. I think it looks fucking porous. In the fucking app for the camera that I'm using, it looks so fucking crystal clear. It's amazing. But when I put it in OBS, for whatever reason, it looks like it looks as it looks now. And I have to, like, turn off a lot of the fucking settings that make it look cool in the app. Like, it looks real cool, real crispy in the app. But I have to turn that shit off, like all the extra shit, because all of a sudden it'll look like sparkles all over me. It'll look weird. So I have to turn it down, and it still looks bad. So, like, I'm trying to figure it out, or maybe move on to something else, man. I don't know. Lips getting pretty crusty here. Thank you guys for being here another week. If you guys want to follow this podcast on Instagram and Twitter, it's at Babylon5Pod. You can email this podcast at Babylon5podcast@gmail.com if you guys would like to. This shit's... I put that fucking other camera up there, and it's like flipped, and it's really distracting me. It's really distracting me. Like, let's do that. Get that off the screen. If you guys would like to hit that like button anywhere that you're listening to this podcast, do that. And if it's not YouTube, head on over to YouTube and hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate it so much. If you guys would like to follow your boy on Twitch, head on over to twitch.tv/Babylon5. If you guys would like to cop some merchandise, head on over to teespring.com/store/BOFpod-shop. And lastly, don't just be my Niji, be my patrons. Head on over to patreon.com/Babylon5pod and you can be my patrons today, ladies and gentlemen. Today is episode 1. Today is not episode 197. This is episode 197. And it's just simply that, as I told you, fuck niggas, we not doing any more names other than just the number from now on. Unless I feel like it on a random episode, like episode 200, fuck niggas. That's just, I don't know. It could be whatever I choose. Maybe something nicer than that. But we'll see. But as I usually say, I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves and each other. And I'll see you when I see you. I'll holla.
Chant down Babylon kingdom. Team make we chant down Vatican now. Bang bang chant down Babylon kingdom. Team make we chant down Vatican now. Chant down Babylon kingdom. Team make we chant down Vatican now. Bang chant down Babylon kingdom. Team make we chant down Vatican now.